Good morning, Miss Harrell. Hope you're having a great Friday morning so far. It's that time for your weekly update here. We got a few things that we've had going on this week that hopefully you might find some satisfaction in as far as the progress of the home. So, as you can see, we got your siding delivered, ready to go for install, and as of yesterday, we have started your siding install. Usually the question I get about this time is this going to be the color of my house? No, I promise it's not. This is actually just the raw siding boards that come in. It's a hardy plank material. It's a cement fibrous material. So this is just the color that it looks like when it comes in from the manufacturer. Then we go into the whole exterior paint process on the house, and we'll get it the color that you actually selected per your color schematic. So without further ado, let's get out of the cold and get inside and show you what we've been working on this week. So obviously the biggest change that has happened this week is we have sheetrock installed. We actually just finished the sheetrock a couple days ago. So our sheetrock process is a 5-day process for us. So just kind of walk you through that. So the first couple days we hang sheetrock. The third day we'll come in and do what we call taping the seams. So that's where you see all of your seams right here taped off. The next process after that is they come in and they bed the seams. So those same exact seams that we just talked about, they run a skim coat over the top of those seams. Same day that they do that, all the screw holes that they have here, when they screw those boards off, they also spackle those. And then the fourth day, what they'll do is they'll come in and they will skim walls. So essentially when they come in to skim walls, that's typically when they'll come in and set the corner bead that you see up here. And they will also find, the little defects in the stuff and whatnot in the sheetrock. They'll go ahead and give us a quick little skim coat around areas like that. So this is a perfect area right here, around the gas line right here. There's some sheetrock touch up right there that they would have done. So they would just add a quick little skim coat to that and keep on moving. So the next step in the process is a dry day. So we let that dry for 1 day typically. It depends. They might do it after the bed walls day, or they'll do it after the skim day, whatever works better for them. And then the last step in the process is sanding the walls. So I imagine Monday they're going to be in here sanding the entire house down, and what we're getting ready for essentially is the cabinet install next week. So that's probably one of the most exciting things that you will see happen next week is your cabinet install. So hopefully when we come in Monday, we will see the house nice and clean. House usually gets a little dirty, especially through the sheetrock install. It gets a little bit dirty, but they're usually pretty good about cleaning up the house after they're done with their 5-day process and they're ready for our cabinet install. So you'll have a different looking kitchen, that's for sure, next week. This is what we're looking like. I'll walk you through a few of the rooms here. Like I said, I usually like to just kind of walk every room, just to kind of show you what it's looking like. It also helps me kind of take mental notes if there's anything that I need to get taken care of today or as we move into next week. Again, I'm always looking for those little opportunities to take care of defects if I've got the opportunity to take care of it. You're actually my second video of the morning, and I found a broken window already, so that's the type of stuff that I'm looking for. Something we can talk about while we're here in the master shower is, if you haven't noticed, that sheetrock here in the master shower looks a little bit different than the rest of the sheetrock on the house. The sheetrock that we use in tile shower enclosures is actually a moisture and mold resistant sheetrock, and they're usually labeled. I'll see if I can find one of those labels. You might be able to see it right there. It is mold resistant. So it's just a different type of sheetrock that we use to make sure that when we hang tile back there, obviously moisture is obviously, one of those things that we want to protect against. We don't want water getting in areas that we don't want it to get to. So that's kind of the first step in the process, or actually the second step. We talked about that little tape line that you see down there in roughing. That's kind of the first step of the process. And then this would be the second step to make sure, we've got a good drainage plan for any moisture issues that we might have. And then the third step is going to be the Kerdi membrane that's going to go over the top of this. The Kerdi membrane is going to be a moisture-proof water membrane that goes around this entire shower enclosure before the tile goes over the top of it. Another quick little detail about your shower here is the type of sheetrock screws that they use here. These are galvanized screws, so they are rust resistant, so you don't have to worry about the screws rusting out over time if it happens to get moisture behind that Kerdi membrane. So there's a lot that we actually put into our shower enclosures for tiles. So hopefully you have some sort of satisfaction and peace of mind in the fact that we do spend a lot of time in our showers to make sure we don't have issues down the road. So this is kind of what the master bath is looking like. This is usually when I'm walking through the house looking for missing sheetrock. I always like to make sure they got all my sheetrock installed. So let's get upstairs and see what we're looking like up there. This is always good to see. This is a best practice for these sheetrock and painters using scaffolding inside the house instead of finding different crazy methods to put ladders up so they can get to the ceilings and take care of that cathedral ceiling. So we're walking into the loft area now here. Looking good here so far. Take you back here to bedrooms 2 and 3. Jack and Jill bathroom here. You got the fiberglass surround tub shower there. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's in there. Bedroom 3 here, kind of set up the same as bedroom 2 across the way over there. Let's get you into bedroom 4. I always tell everybody this is my favorite bedroom in the entire house. As we walk in, you notice that natural light coming in. It's really, really cool in the morning. Definitely not fun if you're not a morning person. You got that sun coming right through those 3 windows there. But I like it. I think it's pretty neat. Tons of natural light coming in here. Probably the biggest room in the entire house. It's got its own bathroom there. And again, just for some peace of mind, as we walk into the bathroom, I know you were questioning this doorway right here. They had it installed at one time, but now it has been eliminated for you. So you do not have it. And then you got your other tile shower here. Same sheetrock and moisture resistant features that are installed here also. So you will also have a Kerdi membrane installed in the shower before the tile goes up. All right, but that's all I've got to show you this week. Like I said, we're just going to continue on into next week, finishing up our sheetrock process here. And then next week, you can look forward to us installing your cabinets. So that's always an exciting time, something to look at when you walk in the house. So pretty neat there. And after we're done with the install of your cabinets, we're going to install your trim. And then once the trim goes in, you can expect us to start working on the rough paint process. It's about another 5-day process for us. So that'll definitely take us through next week. I know we've got a little break coming up here for Christmas. And speaking of that, I hope you and the family have a wonderful Christmas as we move into next week. I'm sure, our trades will. And they take a couple of days off, I'm sure, but they'll be back at it late next week to get going on the house again. So without further ado, I will see you on the next update.